Welcome to the tour video for the OPUS Projector 2020. There are a lot of new features to show. I still will leave you the decision if it's a new era again. But as you can see, the projector is not open yet, so the news start very early. Let me start the OPUS Projector now, and you will see this is not really the projector. With this version, we are introducing a new program structure, so to speak. The first good news is that the Java runtime will be delivered with the projector, so no more hassle to get the right Java version to get the OPUS Projector running. And let me open the Explorer. The projector will now come in a different format. When you download it or get it on a USB stick or CD, it will be a zip file. And if we open that up, you will see there is no installation necessary. You just need to unpack this zip file into a folder of your choice, and you can start the projector right away. Once it is unpacked and has been started, it looks like this. So this is the program that will be started, and it will start this new launcher. The launcher has a few options. The first one is you can define how much RAM the projector should allocate. As you can see, you have 4 options here. The descriptions are self-explanatory. I would suggest the more RAM you have, the more RAM the projector should have, and the larger your projects are and the more projects you have open at the same time, the more RAM you should give the projector. The second thing is you can already see there are some projects listed here. The launcher shows the projects that were opened at the last projector start. So speaking personally, I often have a lot of projects open that I don't really need anymore, but in the afternoon I just want to go home, so I close the projector and leave them open, and at the next start they are there again. And now when the projector starts, it offers me here to select or deselect every one of these projects, so it will open only the ones that I still need. For troubleshooting, there's also the possibility to enable a debug console. This will be like a command line window where errors will be printed. Okay, so now let's finally take a look at the projector. We also have a new splash screen indicating that we have a new device supported as well. Customers that have that, the OPUS B3 already have the OPUS Projector 2021, so they know that. Others might see it for the first time now. So this is the new projector. I will wait a little bit until the projects the projects are loaded, and then we can go right into the new features. The first one is hiding in the symbol library button. As you can see, it is loading because I just started the projector. We are including over 5,800 icons to be used in the projector for free. We have included 2 icon sets. They are open source and free, so you can use them any way you want without having to think of paying for them or something like that. And they are integrated just like the ISO symbols that are still available for sale, of course, the ISO 7000 symbols, and you can use them in the same manner. In a second it will be ready to create the thumbnail views, and we can take a quick look. So these are the ISO symbols, you know these, and here you have really many icons. all sorts of different topics, reduce design, so you should find this very helpful when creating, especially the quick project now and then where you don't want to create your own graphics. Alright, the next new feature is the DayNight Mode. Let me open this project. So here I've created a fantastic little dashboard, and just to show you the feature, so you see the screen is very bright, very light, and when using this in a vehicle and using it at night, it might be too bright. It might glare, it might distract the driver from the outside. So we now have the possibility to switch between a day and a night theme. I can do this quick preview right here in the projector, and as you can see, each object can now have a completely different look, which of course then can be darker to be used at night. The next feature, with the last major version, the Projector 2019, I think we introduced the possibility to import DBC files, vector DBC files, and right here. And as you can see, now we've also included the possibility to export DBC files. So the variable and can settings and can mappings can be exported into a DBC file. So let me quickly show you that feature. I have prepared a source project here with a receive mapping, just some random stuff, and a transmit mapping in can freestyle. And let me quickly export this. So a very creative file name. And now I can select the can mappings that I want to export, and automatically the variables that are used in these mappings will be selected as well, and I cannot deselect them because they are needed for the whole mapping. So I will click finish, and that's it, the file is created. And now I go to a second project without any mappings, and I can of course import that same file into this project. It found the ECU, and here are the two mappings that I can just select, click finish, and that's it. Now when I go here, it looks exactly the same as the source project. So this feature is useful for two use cases. First one, of course, is if you're using Vector to create your whole can layout, then you can use these DBC files to put into Vector what you have created here. But, and this is what I just showed you, it is also very useful to transfer can mappings, can settings, and variables from one project to another. And the best news, if you've already purchased the DBC import feature functionality, the DBC-Export feature comes for free, so no extra charge for that. If you don't have that, you need to purchase the DBC import, and then the export comes with that for free. The next new feature is a feature that is actually in the PClient. I will start the PClient simulation here, showing you our new welcome project, showcasing the new Opus B3, by the way. And you know that project, you know the updater settings, nothing has changed here, but we have added another little button, the so-called service project. And behind that there are a lot of buttons and a lot of functionality that you can test and check and showcase. Basically everything that you can do with our device, everything hardware related, everything that might be an interesting feature is shown here to be showcased and tested. Every page also has a help button, so you can tap that or use the encoder to open the help for each page. And there's really very much. So here we have some information about the device. We have touch calibration possibility for resistive touches. You can restart the device in service mode. Don't mind that some parts look strange here. That's because we don't have the actual hardware here, of course. You can test the power modes or set the timeouts for low power and sleep. You can enable the variable simulation connection here. You can change the Ethernet settings, some encoder settings. You can show the sensors available in the device. We have some selected projector functionalities like animated GIF files that can be checked, PDF reader. The RS-232 console can be used for data transfer, which can be enabled here. We have, you might know this, we have the dynamic gauge here to show how we can manipulate objects dynamically. We have day-night mode, something that I will show a little bit later. You can activate screenshots to be made on the device. Here you can copy every kind of information about the device on a USB stick. Might be something that support will request from you if you have a problem with the device. Here you can make different CAN tests. On CAN Freestyle you can create a custom message of any kind that you can send on each CAN port. For J1939 we have DM1 tests that you can make, and for CAN Open we have different SDO messages that you can test. You can control all LED and backlight values here, both the multicolor LED, the display backlight, and for the generation 2, A6 and the A8, the color of the encoder and the key backlight as well. We have the IOs, we have cameras. You can set time and date. Here you can test the soft keys and the encoder. The touch screen as well. Doesn't make that much sense here, but on the device it does. And here you can check the beeper or playback audio and video files. So really all functionality that is available in the projector or on the device can be tested here. And hopefully this will be very helpful. Please let us know if you find something missing, something that you would like to see in this project, because this is something that should grow, that should increase in usability for the customers. So let us know if you have other ideas what should be included here. The last feature I want to talk about just very quickly, because I'm doing a separate video on it, is the error reporting. Starting with this version, crash reports or exceptions in the projector are catched with a dialog and can be sent to us. Let me open this dialog. So this is a dialog for general feedback, for a feature request, or if you have some kind of issue or you've seen a bug but there was no exception. If a crash happens, then such a dialog will pop up automatically. I think I can show you some kind of preview of that. So this is what a crash would look like. first and most important, I want to kindly ask you to send us these reports, because we want to make the projector as good as possible, and you probably want to have the best experience possible with the projector. So it's kind of a win-win situation. We can make the program better if we get these reports and if we get your feedback and your suggestions, and for you the projector will be better as well, and you will not run into the problem that you just experienced. Any information that will be sent, you can check here. For example, this is the stack trace of the simulated crash. There is system information that you can attach, and the last interactions before the crash. So we kindly want to ask you, always send us these reports, and if you have ideas or other issues or just a general feedback, maybe even a positive one, please send that to us. Fill out name and email, subject and description. You can attach files if you want. You can attach the current project, and everything will be sent to a Jira server. And I can guarantee you personally that every single report will be carefully looked at. We are not Microsoft, we are not Google or Apple. We will look at your reports. We will not send a feedback for every report, but if we deem it necessary, if it will help solve the issue or help get the new feature in, then we will contact you. So please enter your name and email. You can disable these reports in the options. So if you click this button, then there will be no error report, but as I said, please don't do that. We are on the same side. We want this program to be as good as it can be, and you can help us do that. So these are the big new features of this version. Did I show the day? Yeah, DayNight I showed in the beginning. There are also some little things. Let me open a new page. Oh yeah, pages. So a lot of customers have asked to sort the pages in this list here, and now you can do it. So with Alt and page up, page down, as you can see, you can sort these pages however you want and get a little more structure into your project. The next thing is, let me take this. Also something that has been requested quite often, with \n, you can now force a line break in your string fields. You can also change the encoder direction now. So a lot of customers found the original direction, if you rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise, it just felt wrong when browsing from one object to the other. And now with this variable you can switch that direction. Something that you can test in the service project, by the way. Another nice thing, I can show it with this object as well, or maybe I will take a picture graphic. So until now, whenever you resized, especially a picture graphic, but it's the same for other objects as well, if you resize an object, you can quickly distort the ratio, because you can put it any way you want. Now if you press the Shift button, it will keep the ratio, the original ratio from before. So now you can resize images nicely without worrying that the image might be stretched in any way. Since I've already used the PClient simulation, another nice thing in the output tab here, we now have the console output from the PClient simulation. So if you're doing some testing, some checking of things, you don't have to browse to the PClient directory anymore to look at the console output text file. You can quickly check here whatever the problem is that you are looking for. The last feature that I want to show you, not a very big one, but for me personally a very big win. You can see I made some manipulations. Let me set this as the home page. I made some manipulations to this project, and now I'm starting the simulation without saving the project. And if you read quickly in the bottom here, you have seen that the project now will be saved prior to starting the simulation, and also you can see it here again prior to starting the updater. So you don't have to remember anymore to always save the project before starting the simulation or downloading the project. I know there might be some of you that say, okay, but I don't want that, and of course you can also disable this feature. So that's it for this version. I hope you like what you saw. Please download it from our website and play with it. Check the reporting feature, send us some feedback, and I see you in the next video.